Welcome to History Rewrites. In today's video, I want to talk about the fall of Gaddafi, how US and the NATO's intervention destroyed Libya. Please, if you are new here, kindly subscribe to our channel. Firstly, let's look at Libya's false dawn. Right now, there's no demonstration on the streets, but here's why this matters to us. After months on the run, Muammar Gaddafi was dead, October 2011. The world watched as history unfolded. Libya was free, another dictator gone, the people liberated. A huge victory for democracy, or so we were told. This momentous day in Libya's history marked the end of tyranny, and the people had a great responsibility to build an inclusive, tolerant, and democratic Libya. Let's briefly look at the shattered dream. 14 years later, Libya isn't a thriving democracy. It's not even a functioning country. Instead, it's a fractured mess. Militias fight for power, migrant slave markets exist, and foreign mercenaries roam the land. The place is unrecognized. So what happened? That's the big question. Let's tell the story of how the US and its NATO allies stole Libya's history or future. Let's briefly look at the fallout. This story doesn't just end with Libya. The situation has brought back slave markets on the continent, and factional leaders engaged in arms smuggling, leading to wider insecurity in the Sahel countries. We came, we saw, he died. To understand Libya's story, we need to go back to the colonial era. Let's briefly look at the colonial legacy. A century ago, Libya was a loose collection of regions controlled by the Ottoman Empire. In 1911, Italy invaded, claiming it was their destiny to control Libya. The Italians turned Libya into a settler colony, displacing locals to make room for Italy migrants. Let's look at the resistance and repression. Omar Muta, also known as the Lion of the Desert, led a resistance movement against the Italians. His forces waged guerrilla warfare for nearly 2 decades. He became a symbol of Libya resistance until he was captured and executed in 1931. Let's look at the war and occupation. Libya became a battleground in World War II. The Italians and the German armies fought against the British and Free French, turning Libya into a war zone. Cities were bombed and entire communities were caught in the crossfire. Let's quickly look at the roadmap to independence. After the war, the British took control of the Tripolitania and Cyrenaica, while the French occupied Fezzan. The United Nations got involved, and Libya became the first African country to gain independence in 1951. Birth of a nation. Libya officially became an independent kingdom led by King Idris. However, Libya was one of the poorest countries in the world, with almost no real sources of income. The country needed something to survive, and then they found oil. Oil and wealth. Libya discovered oil in 1957, and everything changed. The country went from being a poor desert kingdom to an oil-rich monarchy. Western companies flooded in, eager to tap into the new wealth. Gaddafi rise to power. A young military officer named Muammar Gaddafi joined the Libyan military academy and plotted against King Idris in 1969. Gaddafi saw his chance and took it, overthrowing the king in bloodless coup when he flown for a treatment. Gaddafi's role. Gaddafi introduced a unique form of governance blending socialism, pan-Arabism, and Islamic values. He seized control of Libyan's oil resources and renegotiated contracts with foreign companies. Libya became one of the African richest countries per capita. International relations. Gaddafi's anti-Western rhetoric and support for Palestinian militants led to deterioration in Libya's relationship with USA. The US bombed Tripoli and Benghazi in 1986, and Libya became an international pariah state. The Arabic Spring. The Arabic Spring, or the Arab Spring, hit in 2011, and people started rising up against their government. Gaddafi responded brutally, and the world started paying attention. The UN passed a resolution in 1973 giving NATO the green light to intervene. NATO's intervention. NATO bombed Gaddafi's military and forced a no-fly zone, helping rebels take back cities. However, the official rationale for the intervention was humanitarian, while there were no cynical motive at play. Let's look at the aftermath. The moment Gaddafi was gone, Libya had no central government, no institutions, and no army. Military started fighting for power, and the country descended into chaos. Libya became a battlefield with foreign powers backing different factions. Human trafficking and instability. Libya became the epicenter of human trafficking, with migrants from Africa being sold into slavery. Army smuggling network flourish. Please, if you find this video interesting, how NATO destroyed Gaddafi and destroyed Libya and also lost Libya the control. If you find this video interesting, please share this video, like this video, comment on this video. Lastly, subscribe and join our community. Thank you for watching. See you in our next video. Bye for now.